What's up, you guys? We're back with another YouTube video today. We're gonna hit back, actually, because I think so far we've done a shoulder workout, a leg workout, so we're gonna hit a back workout. Should be fun. I was planning on maybe doing some glutes, but they're actually pretty sore from a couple days ago, so I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's fine. So yeah, it should be a good one. Having a couple bites of a protein Rice Krispie before, because I've only had breakfast so far, and what time is it? Yeah, it's 11, so I typically eat again around this time, but I kind of just want to jump into the workout, to be honest. I just wrapped up a posing call with a client. She's got a show in like 11 days, she said, and it was our first session together. So best of luck to her. I hope she continues to, practice with me leading up to her show. I will say, if you're gonna compete and you don't feel the most comfortable with posing, find a posing coach, start working with them, possibly even way back in your off-season, recomp season, whatever, just to get as much practice in before your show as you can, because I promise you, if you wait until the week before your show and you're like, okay, now let me get a posing coach, it's a little more nerve-wracking if you don't feel as prepared. So just keep that in mind. Let's go. I'm just gonna warm up with some dumbbells right now with a little row situation. I love back days. Any upper body day, really. Not a big fan of leg days. That wasn't very heavy, so just to get things moving, just to get muscles warm, stretch in between. I did a push workout yesterday, so shoulders are feeling pretty tight. So we're just gonna try to open everything up before we get into the big girl weights. I was thinking this yesterday because I knew we were gonna film today, and I feel like a lot has happened in the past week since we filmed. I mean, first of all, we had the Olympia, which was crazy. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of crazy developments in the bodybuilding world. Starting off with the fact that bikini was just my top 10 prediction was completely flipped upside down. So I think a lot of people, at least from what I've been seeing on the internet, are shocked, surprised, maybe disappointed. But it just kind of goes to show you that on show day, it's anyone's day. You can't go into it with any expectation. It could be anyone's title. You just never know. Don't count anyone out just because they might have showed up to a different show, maybe not looking their best. You can make so many improvements in just a matter of weeks, and that's basically what happened. So crazy exciting that it's the last Olympia before Fit Model shows up, because next year will be the first time that we see Fit Model at the Olympia. Exciting. Quite the jump. We went from 15s to 25s because there wasn't 20s. Now these have got to come out. If you have never used VersaGrips before, highly recommend you know, if you're new to the gym, or maybe you're not, but you just haven't invested in straps for like your back days or your pulling motions for legs or whatever, definitely recommend getting some straps, grips, whatever you want. These are just easy for me to take on and off, so I like these versus like the straps that you like have to wrap around the bar. So yeah, in case you didn't know how to use these, you want to like really fold them in to your palm, create like a nice crease so that you can grab them easily. That's my favorite thing to do. Yay, back day! And then you can just totally take your grip out of the equation, of course, and let your forearms relax. I don't want to make my forearms like any more jacked. So I just want to take that muscle out of the equation and just really focus on squeezing my back to move the weight. Yeah, felt that one. Whew. I'm only gonna do one more set with the 25s and then probably one more set lighter, go back to 15. And then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of this workout. I'm feeling really good though. Thanks for asking. I, of course, am still checking in with my coach every week. He's really liking the look that we've got going. I'm liking it. I'm feeling really good. I'm definitely out of the woods in terms of like reversing post-show, because now we're like 7 weeks and I did pretty good like in those initial few weeks. So pretty much found like our maintenance. I haven't changed macros in like 2 weeks, I want to say, because, you know, post-show they were like very gradually going up and up and up little by little. And now we're at the point where we're just kind of like, food is at a good spot. I feel fed. I could eat more, but that's just because like I love to eat. So I'm not necessarily like hungry, but I mean, I'm human and I still feel snacky. But sticking with the 5 meals a day, you're just in a good spot. Feel good, like strength-wise and recovery, all that. Still feel nice and lean, but like just really filled out, which is a great feeling, as opposed to feeling super like flat and depleted on prep. Okay. Can even feel that like in my hammies, just because like my legs are still recovering. Okay, we're gonna go back down real quick, and then we're probably gonna move to like a vertical pull down. We're pretty warm. I already did my cardio today. Still doing 20 minutes on the Stairmaster 5 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week, depending. I'll probably decrease that again, you know, bring it down to like 15 minutes, 4 days a week, or whatever the case is. But for now, 20 minutes is feeling good. But I'm just like still warm from that, because I did that and then went straight to my posing call, which is only like 30 minutes. And then, you know, I'm like posing alongside her. So that kept me really warm. And now we're working out. So it just doesn't stop. Okay. Yeah. We'll go to my favorite plate loaded machine today. Okay, this is excessive. Okay, this way. Okay. I think my max on this is a 45 and a 25. So we'll see what we can do today. If you have never messed with a machine that's set up like this before, I feel like a lot of people get tripped up by it, but all you have to do is just lift up this little knee pad. That way you can get in it. And then when you get seated, you want to grab on the handles first, come down, and then just kick it up and let it fall all the way so that you're locked in. And then you can start. And then when you're done lifting your set, just release it, come back out, and then just pull it back up again. I don't know. Wanted to explain that because I feel like a lot of my clients get tripped up by it, and you kind of get that like gym intimidation, and you shouldn't. Just kind of walk up to a machine and see what it does. Try to figure it out. I don't even know every machine yet. Sometimes I walk up to something and I have no idea what it does, but I just want to try it out. I like it real snug. This is really light, but it's just nice to like get your body acquainted to the movement. One more. Ooh, good. That's good. I could feel it in my forearms at the end already, so straps are gonna go back on, and we're gonna go up in weight for sure. So, aside from Olympia 2 weekends ago, we had actually gone down to my friend's place in Sarasota to go watch it. We had like a little watch party. I made banana bread for everyone, and I was like, well, hopefully this is the last time I'm sat on the couch watching this show, eating banana bread of all things, just pigging out. Hopefully next year it looks a little different, but it was a really good time. And it went late. I mean, because we're East Coast and it was in Vegas, so we were up till like 2:30 trying to finish the men's open bodybuilding, which like they totally teased it this year. Like they brought those poor guys out on stage, posed, brought them back off, brought them back on, just like for 2 hours, like in between men's physique bikini. It's like, oh my God, these poor guys. Here we go. Still shouldn't be very bad, very heavy. Working up, so that's not a working set yet. We're gonna throw in a 45. So Olympia was 2 weeks ago, and this past weekend was crazy because we had a wedding Friday night, we had a gender reveal on Saturday for another couple of friends, and my client, who's from Michigan, was competing in her first bodybuilding show on Saturday. So I'm like at the wedding, you know, the night before her show. I'm at the gender reveal, like trying to just be sly on my phone, like checking in with her, making sure she's all good. And she won overall. So excited about that. So proud of her. She worked so hard for that. So shout out to Sophia, congrats. So of course, you know, in my opinion and what I advise as a coach from a coaching perspective is if you can't sweep a regional show and get overall, you probably shouldn't really consider nationals, because if you can't beat everyone at your regional show, you're probably not going to be able to beat everyone at your national show in your height class to get your pro card. So she did that, and so my question to her, like literally the day after, I was just like already researching shows, like what's the next step. We got on a FaceTime call, and in my head I'm like, yeah, let's go for it, let's go for nationals. And she was like on the same page too. I was just worried, you know, maybe she had some prep burnout, but she feels good, she's motivated, of course, because when you come off of a win, you just want to keep going. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do nationals in Texas in December. So my plan is to hopefully like vlog some of that weekend and share it with you guys, just like, because I've never been to a national show and not competed at it. Like I've never just gone to watch or to coach someone through it. So it'll be like a totally different experience, and I'm excited and excited for her. Spicier, but we're still not there yet. So I'm just gonna add a 10, I think. But yeah, so exciting. That's gonna be in like 7 weeks, 6 weeks, I think, somewhere around there. She is going on a cruise though, so advice for anyone competing, thinking about competing, try to structure your show schedule and season away from holidays and away from vacations, because, you know, it sounds like a good idea to like come off a show, go celebrate, but in reality you need to be following your reverse still and hitting your cardio still. So it's like, do you really want to go on vacation, go on a cruise, and have to skip off to the gym to do, you know, 40 minutes on the Stairmaster? Probably not. So then you're not going to do your cardio. You're probably going to eat at the buffet a little more than you would at home, and it might make your reverse a little tricky, but Sophia's got it. I'm not worried about that. Just because nationals wasn't in the bingo card for her, I don't even think she thought she was going to go for her pro card this year, but we're doing it. Little rest. So back to Sophia, because she was one of those competitors that came to me and like was very in between, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do fit model or bikini. I want to do bikini. She was open to trying fit model, and I was like, well, let's just recomp. Let's start cutting down, see what you look like, see how your shape evolves, and then we'll go from there. So as she started cutting down and, you know, going through the struggles of prep, she was like, wow, getting lean is hard and it's very taxing on her body. And she was like, and I have to get leaner for bikini. She's like, let me rethink that. Circle back to bikini later on maybe. But now that she did so well in her fit model show, obviously we're gonna stick with fit model because she's killing it. But I think a lot of people, that's to say, is just you kind of go into wanting to compete thinking one division is what you want, but be open-minded to other divisions, because it really just depends on the muscle that you have, the shape that you have, your structure, and then as you go through your prep, just kind of stay flexible. You know, you might need to pivot. Your coach might reroute you in a different direction. Don't be upset about it. It happens. And you know, if you go into it wanting to do like bikini or a bigger division, wellness, whatever, but you don't have the size yet, you know, just get your feet wet, do maybe fit model or something smaller, and then keep that other division as your end goal and continue to build and work toward that when you come off of your season. The stage isn't going anywhere. It's always going to be there. There's no rush. Man. It's my max for a reason. My thing is, it's like I really want to get, 6 minimum, and that was like barely. I didn't even really count, but I don't think that was 6. It's like 5.5, 5. So I'm gonna keep it there for one more set, and then be done with this. Move on to the next thing. But I do like this as a pull down, just because your arms are working individually versus on a cable, both arms are working together. So if you have a weaker side, you're gonna kind of compensate. One arm's gonna maybe do more work than the other. Two more. That's good enough. Nope. I don't even know why I attempted that. Okay. Fresh off that last heavy set. It's a little too light. Too deep in the workout now to really just start regressing on the weights. So we're just gonna go into it. Another thing that I will give you as a tip is for a lot of back movements, pullovers, any type of like row, cable row, anything like similar to that sort of movement, I like to think of a tennis ball in my armpit. So when I'm coming down, I'm like squeezing that tennis ball, and that will really help you get a lot of mind to muscle connection in your lat, because I know some people really struggle with that. When you're doing these, you might even feel like back of your arm and your tricep, but if you just picture that tennis ball, when you're coming down, you're squeezing that tennis ball in there and pulling the weight toward your legs. That for me was like a huge game changer. I heard it from someone, like a fitness influencer or something, and I was like, okay. She was actually a bikini competitor. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, that makes total sense. So it's like finding those little cues to help you really get the movement down will make a big difference in your training. One more heavy set, immediately followed with a drop set. And then we'll go into like some single arm cable rows. Underhand, I think. Yeah, those have been hitting really well. Feel like there's a lot of blood just in here. I'm gonna start walking around like this. Oh, even those little partials, those count. Don't just stop when you can like no longer go the full range. Really try to push yourself to even just get it halfway down. Oh, I'm gonna feel these tomorrow. We just need one little baby handle. We'll see how 30 feels. Might be heavy, might not be, I don't know. Whew. All right, before I do this, so I'm gonna try to stretch a little bit. Oh my gosh. There's one thing about me, I'm always gonna like use the equipment to stretch my body on. Just feels good in between sets. I always try to tell my clients that too, because you're just kind of like standing around in between. You don't want to kind of let your muscles like lock up. Whew. Here we go. Starting with my weaker arm first, because we want to make it stronger. One more. I love this movement because it almost feels like a little bit of an ab workout too, like a little bit of obliques. Because I kind of like to crunch down on it a little bit, not like excessively, but just enough to where I can feel it in my obliques. And that just helps me like really get that lower part of the lat where it kind of inserts down at the bottom. So you have to think, like your lats are a massive muscle that come all the way down, not just up here, but all the way down in here. And like this movement I've found just really helps me get like that lower bit. I'm not gonna lie, it is crazy to like see that I'm still vascular like this much after a show, because that's never been the case for me. I just got a little too fluffy, too fast post-show in the past. So to still like be able to see some vascularity and like lines and some definition and shape is really exciting. And like, I just feel like I've improved a lot as a competitor, because it's really not just about how you perform and behave in season, it's about your improvement season too. So I've spent a lot of years working on myself, my relationship with food, to get to a point where I can say, yeah, I'm 7 weeks post-show, still pretty lean, still pretty tight, feel good around food. I don't feel like food crazy and all that. So it's exciting. I'm excited for every show and like prep and year to just like get better and better and better, more dialed like every time. Learn my body more, learn my like mental behaviors more. It's really cool. I tell everyone that like every prep will get easier the more you do it. Your hardest prep is the first prep. After that, you learn your body better, you get more control over your behaviors. I bumped it up, like subconsciously. I don't even think I meant to do that. I don't know about that. Maybe just a few. I got 10. That's not bad. Switch. Okay. So here we are, last movement of this video. We're gonna do some rear delt, because I love shoulders, that's my favorite. Gotta put this all the way up because I'm short. Go nice and light. On these ones, I really like to sit far back on the seat and really lean my chest forward into the pad so I can just drop my traps, even like let my chin rest on the pad up here so all of this stays nice and relaxed. A lot of people hold tension up in here, so want to make sure that the rear delt is doing the work, not the traps. So I'll literally like scooch all the way back on it. That one. After this, I'm probably gonna go to Trader Joe's, all like sweaty, whatever. But the reason I'm going to Trader Joe's, it's not gonna move. I guess we're going extra heavy, heavier than I thought, because I ran out of my favorite stevia. It is the only stevia that I can use, and I put stevia in my oatmeal every morning and in my plain Greek yogurt. For like my post-lift snack usually is Greek yogurt, blueberries, granola. But I ran out this morning and I just like, I can't live without it. It's the liquid dropper one. I've tried like the powders, I've tried monk fruit sweetener and like other types of stevia, but it's just not, I don't know, it's not the same. And when I travel and go on trips, I literally take that little dropper bottle with me because it's like the only like 0-calorie sweetener that I like. Stevia wise, sometimes they just have like a weird taste, but the Trader Joe's one is the best. Heavy. Oh my God. 60 pounds. Feels good though. It's not too bad. We're gonna do one more heavy set at that weight and then we're gonna drop down real quick, call it a day. Whew, and then we'll be good for back day. But to wrap up this video, recap what even happened today. When it comes to posing, start early, start before you even start prep, get with a coach, maybe try multiple coaches. You might like one style more than the other of how they teach, how they kind of direct you. Their style of posing will kind of rub off on how you pose too. So just try a couple out, especially when it comes to Fit Model because it's so new. Like even the pros and people that are teaching Fit Model posing are also still working on their routines and like getting familiar with it. So just keep that in mind. Olympia, crazy. Congrats to Maureen for coming back, claiming her title. That was exciting to see. I think it was shocking, but I love that that is the standard that they're trying to stick to with bikini and just really showing people like, no, this is the standard. Maureen is the look. She's got a super unique look, but don't get discouraged by it either because one show does not dictate an entire division and an entire year of results and shows. So take it with a grain of salt. And also really looking forward to seeing Laura Lee make her comeback. I'm hoping she does the Arnold and I'm hoping she kills it because I love her. She's great. It's not easy to watch such a great competitor and athlete fall back in the ranks, but it happens and It happens to the best, literally, the best. Whew, okay, last heavy set. One got me. Okay, that's the back workout. That's all I'm doing today. I'm sweating. It's also my fault for wearing sweatpants. But one more congrats to Sophia, my client. Did so good this weekend. Keep an eye out for when we both fly out to Texas in December. I think it's like the 12th is going to be the last national show for the year for people to go claim their pro card. So fingers crossed she can get in the mix and fight for that pro card, but I'll try to record when that all goes down and kind of the behind the scenes of what nationals looks like from a coaching standpoint at least. And yeah, and then we'll catch you in the next video, and thanks for watching if you stayed all the way through.